There is absolutely no limiting principle to the US taking equity stakes saying, well, but it's important. I agree, Intel is an important company and an important sector. But the notion of government picking winners and losers, will the government's equity stake be allowed to fail? Will the government's equity be senior to other equity stakeholders? Does this, in effect, change the capital structure of the company? Do we want not mutual fund managers, hedge fund managers, pension managers, people participating in profit and loss, but do we want Elizabeth Warren or Donald Trump or Barack Obama or whoever you want, name a cabinet secretary or a senator or a committee finance chair or a president? Do we want them voting proxies, making decisions on executive compensation, making decisions on company strategy? And by the way, doing all this with other people's money, a country that is, I should add, $37 trillion in debt, that perhaps has not been a great steward of their own balance sheet, there isn't even a prima facie acceptability to this outlandish idea. And when people say, well, what about the Wall Street bailouts in '04? Well, first of all, the bond bailouts of '04, which is what they were, an attempt to inject equity so that the bond market didn't tip over and depositors didn't lose money. They did inject a convertible equity stake that came at a high coupon so as to incentivize the companies to pay it off as soon as possible and refund the taxpayers at huge profits, all of which they did so. And the companies, some of which were forced to take it against their will, some of which it was a backdoor bailout. They simply didn't need it. And their equity paid a significant price. Lehman died, Bear died, but AIG stock was crushed. Citigroup stock remains crushed. So it was an outlandish thing that happened, done in a very poor way. But that's not what happened. But it was done on the basis of some sort of systemic risk to the economy. And there's no sensible people that talk about that anymore. It never should have happened. It never should have needed to happen. But no one is arguing that we have to take equity stakes or do licensing deals with NVIDIA or get a piece of U.S. steel for this venture with Nippon Steel because of any kind of risk to the economy. This is government control.